Oh, she's more like my family than she is my friend. I've known her for a very long time. I want to say like 25 years already, but we raised our kids together. Anyway, so that's where I've been. I've been here with her in San Antonio. And I'm really thankful that I have such long-term friends that are more like my family because I don't really have a family, so to speak, of that I grew up with that I stay in contact with. And it's nobody's fault. It's just where I'm at in life. And these people that have been has been my friend for so long has just been there for so long that they're more like my family.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's why I created my own family at the time I created it.
Yeah, you have to build what you want, right? It's about finding the right support and community that can be available to you when you need them. Sometimes I think for me, the struggle is like some of my friends that I'm close to are far away.
Yeah.
And it feels like with the distance keeps growing, but somehow we still are able to show up for each other.
Yeah, I think it just, if you put the effort in, then it is going to come back to you. Sometimes it doesn't work with family. Sometimes family just takes and takes for whatever reason. I don't know why. That's just how it is. And it's not fair and it shouldn't be that way. But I don't know where that came about though. But yeah, I think like, how old am I now? So like maybe like 12, 15 years ago, I wanted my own family and I
Mm,
didn't know how I was going to get here.
mm.
But I had to take the steps at the same time. You can't just wish for something and have it miraculously show up. I
Yeah,
think you got to do some things, right?
can't just wish.
No, no.
Action.
Yeah. So goal, determination, and action all in the same.
Mhm,
You may not
mhm.
know how it's going to look like, but you just got to keep going. Energy creates like a flow or whatever you want to call it.
The current, yes.
Yes, the current. Yeah. Friends are important. And then you don't want to be friends with just anybody, like real friends. You know, some people are like when you're younger, you want to make all types of friends. And then
Yes.
when you get older, you know better. You're like, I want to be friends with this person. They're kind of shady.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be friends with everybody because it's like, especially if you're the type of person that really, what do you call it? Cherishes friendships in that way. You don't want to just be friends with anybody. And you'll know as you be like, all the years of your life, all the wisdom you've gathered will tell you. What is that?
My eyebrow was going up. I don't know why. So I had to like tell it to go down. Like, why are you going up? Get it down. And it does that sometimes. I can feel it.
Oh,
No, it's not intentional. I don't know. My mom does it intentionally. Like, I don't know how. Sorry.
that's probably where you got it.
Get it down. Yeah, but she can control it. I don't know how.
Just practice, probably. So, yeah, where are you at right now in life, mindset wise or energy wise?
Mindset wise, I had a talk with myself while I was getting everything ready to go to bed. And it was just kind of like inner dialogue. Okay, you know where you're at. It's no longer a question of what is next. Execution. Do you have on the line the real question? If you feel like there's one that needs to be answered, do you believe in yourself the way you say you do? If so, stop being nervous and just go do it. Whatever it is, right? That's was the talk as I went to bed. And then when I woke up this morning, I was thinking, okay, I didn't go to bed early. I didn't follow through, but am I going to spend my day criticizing myself for the things that I didn't do that I said I was going to do? Or was I going to focus on things that I could get done that are still just as important and are going to move my day and my
A new
goals
day. Just
forward?
do the things that you said you were going to do yesterday.
Yeah, today I worked on our stuff and it felt good to sit down and focus and intentionally. So I was like, yes, this is still beneficial. It's not what I was supposed to do, but it's still moving me forward in the direction that I want to go. And then I figured when I finish this, okay, so I didn't get up at 8 or whatever time, go to the gym, come back and get back to what I was doing. There's no more time to let yesterday take up my today. I'm
Yeah,
done.
it's the past.
I can
Yeah,
only focus on
for
today.
now.
Only today is going to make me move forward.
Focus
So
on now.
every day Yes, exactly. And be intentional about what I'm doing. Even if I get off track and I'm not following exactly what I said I was going to do, because I've spent some time criticizing myself and being a little irritated with me because I didn't. And I'm like, okay,
That's just wasted.
that is also a waste of energy. Yes.
Time.
Since I started working on it. Excuse me. And I'm listening back as I'm working on building descriptions or whatever. As I'm working through it, I'm like, oh, this is something that I need to think about for myself. And it just brings me right back to breaking the loop. Just gotta break the loop. Whatever it takes, just do it.
Take your own advice.
Yes. That's exactly me talking to me
Same.
in the last. And then that was my mindset. What did you ask? What was the other part? Because I was off on a tangent
Yeah,
again.
like where you are right now.
Yeah, I feel much more at peace. I was listening to the one of the modules from She Masters, and as I was listening to it, I was like, okay, yeah, so this lines up with also my thinking that I had been doing. Okay, this is good. So it's working on collapsing timelines, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. And so I'm working on keeping myself grounded and emotionally regulated, and seen a TikTok that says if you react to everything, then everything else controls you.
Exactly.
So I need to be in control of me and
Yeah.
react accordingly.
So I think how you were like going with the flow before, you can
Mhm.
still do that in a certain way
Mhm.
without having to be so reactive.
Yes.
Okay, that happened. Okay, fine, whatever. Nothing I can do about it. The past.
And keep them moving forward.
Because I've noticed like when talking to other women as well, they want to control the external so bad. And this is, I think I had a friend like this before, but it's like, you don't want to control the external, you want to control the internal.
Not even it is control, but for me, I feel like it's actually finally being able to accept myself wholly without feeling like I also have to give up something in order to respect other people and be unsatisfied. The only way to keep mutual balance and acceptance of what's going on is to just give them exactly what they want and me feel frustrated internally by myself. I don't have to do that to have
No, not anymore.
same peace.
You don't have to go with the flow in that way. You can say no. You can say,
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with it, I'm not doing it. If they ask you why, because I don't want to. You don't need to give a reason why you don't want it. You don't have to answer to them. We've done it before, done things that we didn't want to do because to appease other people. No, we're going to stop that shit.
Full stop has happened.
Yeah. And so it's like you stop things doing that, right? But then, okay, now what do I do? Right. So then we're like, okay, so what do I
Refocus.
Yeah. So now you have more space in your mind to actually think about the things that you want, do the things that you want. And we may not have clarity in that yet, but that's like the intention. Right.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, the clarity, because I was working on that this morning, getting clear on the mission statement, right? And one of the things that I was asking myself is, how do I know if I hit all the important points of the mission statement in the manner that it's written? So I was just teaching myself about what the actual mission statement is, the why in all of this before I call. And so that kind of goes along with what you're talking about, being intentional, refocusing on the things that really matter and focusing only to the betterment of those things. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we haven't even talked about values yet.
So many core values. Yes.
So I think each business has it so that they can keep in line and why they're doing this in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can be able to reach the people who really want to find our page and be connected, they can find it. And the people who want to check it out but don't feel it, whatever, whoever aligns to you. is what it'll do. It's what I've understood. Maybe.
I think it's mostly like how we think of ourselves, mindset, work, like inner work, because it's like you can't really move forward with anything in life without really looking at who you are, what stories you tell yourself. You can't do anything. You can say you're going to do something, but oh, yeah, later.
Later to now.
You want to be, is that the type of CEO you want to make to be? Like CEOs make, we're okay with spending money on ourselves, like investing in ourselves, masterminds, courses, self-development. Gonna say, oh, that's too much money. The average person's gonna say, I don't have time because I have kids or I'm working 9 to 5. Not anyone's living in a matrix. And most people are.
Yes, it's checking out of that.
Yeah.
That's something else that I was.
Most people don't know that they actually have a choice and they can control their lives.
Yes. Like that video that I watched. That's, again, here's the video. The universe gives you a buffet and you get to choose. And that's also something I learned from our wonderful Tosh. That's the first time it had ever been brought to my attention, ever, that there's a buffet and I get to choose.
Find out that you're like in control of your own thoughts and the stories you tell yourself. And it's not like, oh my God, because I can like that. Perfect. You're not there.
It's a belief system. It's the belief system at the end of the day. In the last few weeks, I did some growing, even when I intentionally chose an avenue I knew I didn't need to choose. But it was almost, now I'm looking back and it's like, oh, okay, I learned from that and it brought me to this new place by going through that experience, right? So just going to, almost like she says, I'm just going to use it for data and I'm just going to keep moving forward. It's just information only. It doesn't mean anything about me.
Pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
So I think I followed him, but I forget his name. But he was like,
Millionaire?
he was a billionaire. Yeah. So that's their business work because he knows exit strategies and he's just so smart. So what he said was, if you can go about life with this mindset, like everyone you come in contact with will teach you a lesson. And if you can go about life like that, your life will be much fun.
Mm-hmm. That is so deep.
I heard that.
I
I'm
like that.
oh God, that's so simple, and no one says it. No one says that. And I was like,
Yeah.
he's so right. So basically, also saying you don't need to dwell on your past. That your past taught you a lesson. These people before taught you a lesson, and it made you who you are now. And then going back to the Madonna J. Shetty podcast, like to go through what you went through in order to be the person who you are today, with the awareness, with the consciousness, with the idea that you're going to be better and you're going to thrive because you went through the thing that you went through, or several things, right? Because
The building blocks.
without the dark, you don't have the light. So you need to go through the dark to get to the light because we live in duality. It makes more sense. I feel like for me.
Yeah, better understanding.
Yeah, me behind there. Even though I've heard of it times, right? And so it's like it kind of goes back to kids as well, because parents want to do everything for them, blah, 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 blah. We want to pick the clothes, we want to cook the food, we want to feed them, we want to give them the toys we've never had. But if you continue to do that and do things for them, is that really going to benefit them as they're adults? No, right? The answer is no.
No.
So I'm a future parent, and my oldest son knows that, and he should be different than dad. So when he has to do things and dad has a hard time, I say, Keanu, 2 more minutes and you're going to go brush your teeth. Okay, Mom. And then I say, two minutes up, let's go. Because anyway, I already told him what was going to happen, and it did happen. I was right. Okay. My dad didn't give me everything. And I think I'm thankful too for that, because it's like, I can do more with less, I guess you could say. Because if you keep saying yes to your children, what kind of an adult do you think they're going to be? Entitled, not very negotiable, greedy, this is that's extreme, right? But you can see where it's going, right? And
Harmony. That's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for. Harmony. It's all about being in harmony.
you need to say no to your children. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying people in general.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Mhm.
how.
And all of this that we're talking about and everything, that was the word that I was searching for a minute ago, is being in harmony with who I want to be and being at peace with it and being able to accept everything around me at the same time,
Being
whether
at
the people
peace
are
with
listening or not.
and then who you're becoming is who you're becoming.
That person is
You're
harmony.
showing we want to be the people that is us 2 years from now, 3 years from now. How do they act? What do they say? What kind of things do they talk about?
I'm a visual person, so I'm trying to build one.
What?
I'm a visual person, so I'm trying to build that thought. What you're saying, like, what kind of person do I want to be? What are they look like? I'm trying to see that in a vision lately.
Yeah, as you should.
Visualize myself there so I can be there.
Yeah, you
Smart.
can make that
Too.
nonprofit for scholarship. So
Yeah, I really do. I think that'd be great. Do you not believe that? And I was like, I never even thought about a number, but that just sounds like such a big number. And he was like, I can see it. I'm sure mom and everybody around can see it. I'm like, I'll start visualizing that as well.
Rangers will see it before family will.
Why? Crazy.
It's true because they'll never get it. They will think that it's offensive because we talk about certain things that we talk about. But that's their thought process. That is their way of thinking because they haven't gone through. I hate to say the terms like this consciousness, this sort of, they haven't gone through a growth. And
They're
so,
not looking at the different perspectives from the different. It's just only.
well, yeah. So maybe they're only still living in the physical realm, right? Whatever they see, whatever they hear, it's, oh my God, that's
it.
it, right? But they don't see the world as like energy, frequency. They don't use their imagination or possibility, abundance, like all that. Like it's all in our minds. It's so crazy. It's all in our minds.
I seen something on, I think, Instagram that was about that. Jim Carrey wrote himself a $10,000 check. 10 million. Okay, there was 10 million. See, I think maybe you shared it with me. And I was like, oh my God. And there were several different people who had done acts like this, not necessarily that. And I was like, yep, okay, I need a
Bruce Lee did.
Bruce Lee. Okay.
There's a clip about it somewhere. So he wrote this whole list of things that he did in the future time. And he did them before he passed, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. I see a lot of Bruce Lee things too. And one thing that he always says is don't talk negative about yourself ever because your body doesn't know the difference between you saying it as a joke or not.
Yeah. Body
Because
anxious.
it tells me all my being.
So we'll get used to all the negative things and you can't even accept the good things.
Yeah, no matter. I think about all the different little things that people have sent me that are Bruce Lee that are like that. He was the master of the mind, like really, truly. I seen a video where there was a thing of water in a tub and he jumped on, stood out and didn't. So, it was Bruce Lee and it was like a tub, kind of like an old, something you'd wash your dog in and sitting on a thing. It's sitting on some kind of stand and he jumped on it and he stood on it with his toes like, and it didn't fall and spill or anything. I'll find it and send it to you.
Heard that without some sort of spiritual practice, success is not there. So, like success in spiritual, whatever it is, like whatever your ritual, yeah, your mindset practice, you need that in order to be successful, whatever success looks like for you.
The first to be able to give and serve before you can.
That's
I think actually. Go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I think they kind of go in a cycle.
Because when I came up with this workbook, it wasn't me about making money, really. It was like, how can I make my own impact my way?
Mhm.
That's something that's mine and that I can help other women. That was
Right.
like, the money wasn't really there. Like, and so like I'm doing this, and some days I don't even want to do anything. Some days I'm like, okay, I have this thought came to me and I have to edit this because it's going to serve a better purpose, even if it's just one other person that I don't even know around the world or in the country. I don't know, because it's Filipino American mom. So there's like over 300 people or more in the country now. Probably.
And how many of them not that how many of them are so similar to you that y'all are just not like together yet?
Yeah. So yeah, I need to execute. So not for me, but for other women, because I'm already like a few steps ahead of them. So yeah.
It's all about laying that foundation and building the path so other people can join.
Because there's so many people in the world, and sometimes we think we're alone in the things that we're going. It may seem like we're alone because no one in your inner circle gets you, but you're not alone. I kind of want to bridge that gap a little bit.
Build the bridge to close the gap. That
I'm just kind of going with, I'm in a much better place. I think I still have a lot to go as far as my own journey. I still have a lot to do, but I think I'm much better than I was 5 years ago. Way.
Oh, for sure.
And
Yeah.
it's not always gonna, it's kind of like a stop and go. Sometimes we get busy and then spend enough time for ourselves or even just reflecting in the quiet and realizing where we are in the moment. Yeah, my house might be messy, but I do have a home. I do have a really good husband that provides for us, and I'm so blessed with his mom, but it's still lonely because there's no everyday help, which I'm used by now, which is still, I've been doing it for 5 years now. So it's like, I need to make sure my charge is on.
I did talk to my friend in California. I think of you a lot whenever I talk to her, and we've been friends since we were 12. And anytime lately, she's been so busy. She also took a course kind of similar to what we did, but a different avenue. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called James University. So she did that. And then on top of that, she's still doing her real estate and she's been going to college and she just got, dang, where she graduated, she got her degree in something. Now all of a sudden I just drew a blank, but she's been so busy and she got her kids off to school. Her oldest one just graduated from high school and is going into college, took college courses during the summer. The younger daughter is with the stepmom with her mother because Veronica's a stepmom. She went home to see her mom here in Texas for the summer. So you would think she'd get some kind of a break, but no, she's still just running it just as fast as far, job hunting, trying to get another job on top of her real estate stuff in California so she could bring in more money. I'm like, I don't even know if I could keep up with her ever.
Single mom?
I'm sorry.
You single mom? Is she not married?
No, no, and she's married. She's taking care of her husband too. Not taking care of her husband, but her kids are in high school. And it's just, I think about how much as a mom everyone does on top of the things that we're trying to do for ourselves and how we balance all of that.
Not a balance.
It's not a balance.
No.
Okay, help me describe what it would be because to me, I try to balance all of it when it was me with Stacy and work and trying to go to college and everything like how was
But it's
trying
not
to
a
balance all
balance
of it.
though.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's not. Something's up for somewhere.
Like this. Not a balance. So there's some places that gotta give and some places that gotta go. I mean, it's not, and I guess it depends on the person. Like some people like have a lot of energy and they feel like they need to keep doing something. And I felt that way for the first few years. Like for me, being a mom wasn't enough. I had to make money. My first year of being a mom, I didn't have a job and that was like really tough. And there's a lot of jobs that don't really go with mom schedules.
Right.
And dealing with kids already is not even a balance. You're losing balance already, girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Because for like the house, once you clean the house, you turn around, it's messy again. You baby's crying at night 3 times. They need things, they get sick. It's another thing is because also you were doing it pretty much on your own with your the kid's dad at home, which we know the story there. So it wasn't helpful. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's like moms can't do everything. We think we can, we hope we do, but no, that's why we need help. We need support, some sort of village.
Yes.
And to create that balance, yes, so mommy could sleep and then baby was with grandma or auntie or a close family member. Yeah, it's never really a balance until the kids are older and they got their own lives, and then now you can live your life. I don't know what a balance is really anymore.
It's not a balance because it's back to that cycle of the give and take, and something has to sacrifice in order to be able to succeed here. But then, as you said, as the kids get older, it does become somewhat more of a balance. So maybe it's back to the word
Yeah, or unless you have a babysitter
of
or you trust someone
moving to that.
so you can work.
Yeah.
Because let's say you are the breadwinner and you have to work, and then you need to trust people. You need people in your life that you trust. Not necessarily like, but trust. Because I may not like, it's not true, but I may not like one of my husband's aunts, but I know that my kid very well. I trust,
Exactly.
even though I don't like them. That's beside the point. Is my kid going to be safe? Are they going to be fed? But yes, I do trust them. So
That was important.
there's so much nuance to things, and people don't really know how to digest it.
Layers.
Yeah. Layers upon layers.
That bring different, so many different, it's not even emotional. It's just being able to understand each person's perspective and perception are key.
Go ahead.
For me, that's how I make harmony. Oh, to be able to perspective and perception, trying to understand the points of view, but also honor myself now so that I can have harmony moving forward because I was out of sync.
Having a level of empathy. That's what you mean.
Okay, yeah.
Not a lot of people can empathize with another person. Okay, I'm going to see it from their perspective, and I get what they're saying. I can put myself in their shoes in a way I can imagine, right? Some people will always be like, I did it this way, I did it that way. That way won't work for me. And they're not asking questions, right? So I did it this way, but I'm not telling you to do it that way. Maybe you can take what I said, or maybe it'll help you come up with ideas to help you go through or do what you need to do.
Here's some information if you would like to take it on and use it. Great. Interpret it to your best and use it or throw it away.
And if you know who they are, you'd be like, is it okay if I give you information? If not, okay, we can just go on about our day. I don't know. It just depends, right? Because some people are really
It does.
defensive or offensive when you give information. And because if you give information unsolicited and you know damn they're not going to fucking use it, and then they're going to go about their life the same fucking way. Because I used to be like, oh, if they knew this, then their life would be better. Or if they knew this. But no, people do not want information unless they really want it. I've learned that the hard way. I've kicked rocks because of it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep to myself, and I'm going to put more effort in the relationships that I do have.
Yes.
I'm going to be there for people that are there for me. Now, not when I was 5, not when I was 10. That shit don't fucking mean. So that's where I'm at now. There's a few people in our circle, and they've helped me, and I'm going to be there for them if they need it. Because, yeah. But they earned it. I'm glad that I can help, because it's just like service to others, and I'm going to service my friends because they're there for me. And I don't have many friends, and I really never really did. like I said before in other episodes, like people don't want to know the truth. People are very comfortable where they're at. They like things their way. They don't want to be uncomfortable at all. But I've learned to, cause see, that was my impulsiveness. I'm going to keep to myself. And when the time is right, maybe I could share it with somebody that I trust or that I know that's going to appreciate what I have to share or whatever it is. Because I'm not that I can't just go along with everything. I just can't.
I learned that if I did, it was costing me greatly.
That's what I did in my childhood. I went along with everything they said, whatever they wanted. And what if I had something to say or had an opinion, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a bitch, I'm too sensitive. Oh, you don't make any sense. I just see deer in headlights because people are just not here. There might
Mm-hmm.
as well just be fucking clones.
That Attack of the Clones. That's what we've turned into. Definitely. Everybody. I want to be just like you, to be just like me, to be so we can all be exactly the same, but we're not the same. We're not. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all different individuals. We're not all cut from the same cloth in any forms or respects. Yes, there's some parts of life that are about maybe, I hate the word conform. I don't want to use that word, but anyways, that do make you similar to other people, but can you also be your most authentic self and just
Yeah.
accept that you're who you are?
And people are afraid to make new friends. I did this TikTok a while ago about money, right? And the comment that I got was like, well, if you make a lot of money and then you talk about it, you're bragging. But then if you're poor, you're shamed for being poor. And I'm like, you're just with the wrong crowd. You need to make new friends. I didn't say this, but I'm like, I just gave a thumbs up because of this person there's no way, right? No way I'm going to make sense. So it's like, people are afraid to make new friends. People are afraid to level up. They're afraid of success. They don't want to feel like they're stupid with a room of people that are smarter than them. Just get real. Deal with your insecurity first. You want to learn how to get to the next level. And people do not want to learn. They don't want to play the money game. They don't want to play the mind game. They don't want to play the life game. So I'm not saying it's a game per se, but I'm just saying like, okay, if I want that, if I gotta be in rooms, where do I start if I don't have money? I start with books. I start with podcasts. I start with like courses that I can afford that will give me some sort of transformation or end result. Or maybe I can change a job, or maybe I can, what do you call it? Freelance, or I don't know, whatever, right? What if I can save up okay so that I can open up another Vanguard account? I don't know what whatever that looks like. And it's just like people don't want to move. Period. They don't want to move.
Oh, something my brother used to tell me all the time growing up was, don't talk about it, be about it.
In a sense,
And
that's
I used to like, it was something that stuck with me. Don't talk about it, be about it. It's not about getting it, it's about keeping it. And these are things that he said to me over time, right? At different places in life. And now when I think about it, okay, some things that I didn't keep, maybe I've just made room, just like you're saying about new friends. Okay. Some people are afraid about making new friends. And 5 years ago, 6 years ago, well, let's say 7 years ago, me would have been like, I'm no new friends. If you haven't known me my whole life, I don't want nothing to do with you. But I didn't know how that was hindering me from growing. And then unintentionally, we fast forward to here, some of those friends that I had or are not my friends now, but they were holding me back from growing. It was holding me, being friends with you was keeping me in proximity of something else that's keeping me from growing to my full potential. And I love you, and I have no ill will, no hard feelings, nothing.
that's what happened
I
to
just want
everybody.
to, I just,
I'm sure entrepreneurs go through, they change friends, people leveling up, trying to do something different. They're all looked at as like weird or why is she changing? It's like that crab mentality. I want to pull you down and keep you in the bucket.
I don't understand that because so much of society and say, oh, lift up the other woman, oh, build up everybody else, oh, support your friends, and there's so much of this being said, but when you get to the real, this is what we say and this is what we do. I see more people who are upset that people change and grow and move, and it's not because they don't want to stay in relationship with you. You're not progressing in that direction, and it's not intentional. It's not to cause any pain. I just want to be who I want to be, and sometimes we stop running in the same direction. And it's nice hanging out with you. It's nice to know you. I only have good vibes for you, but I'm just gonna go over here and do what I want to do. That's for me, and that's how it
And
ends
also,
up.
if we keep living the same, we're just living in the past. Like, why do we want to? Life is too short to stay the same.
It is.
There's so much that we can accomplish in this life that it's worth.
But anyways, there's a percentage of people who have been trained to only want the things that you've been told that you want: a house, a family, a steady job. Right.
That was true back in the. That was more true then. Now I can't even afford a house. I mean,
Yeah.
money is salaries are capped.
That's why we're on the path that we are. Yeah.
Free enterprise. You can, like, if you were a life coach, you can make your own rate. If you wrote a book, you can make your own price. You know what I mean? Like, it's time.
And it is. And I checked out the Matrix a while ago. It's where I'm at now. And it has been much more peaceful. Just for being checked out of corporate America. It's nice being able to not go pressure and stress unnecessarily it's for something that's not even life and death.
Then why do you have to keep doing what other people are doing? Why?
I don't know. I decided different. I decided a different path is for me. I did that for a while. It worked.
I
It
don't mean
worked.
to.
It served its purpose. No, I know. I don't.
I did things differently too. And then when you lose a parent so young, people feel sorry for you, but they don't really help you. And I'm not anybody else's responsibility, but it's like unfair where no one's advocating for you as a kid.
Yeah, it is.
And I had a lot of resentment, but I can't live in that resentment anymore. I just let go already, but I do have questions. But I'll always wonder. But yeah, so
I always wonder
I'll always wonder
about
certain things my mom did. Like I want to ask her a question. Why did you marry him? What made you want to buy like a rundown care home that my dad was trying to fix? And we were there for 8 or 9 months, and then we moved here because she really did get sick, and so my dad needed help, sold our house, and it was just all sorts of things. And it really showed after she died, it showed me like what kind of a father I had. But I made peace with that, and I'm fast forward. I'm so much, even my husband, I'm like so much better now because I don't have him or my sister in my life because they cause a lot of, it's like mini PTSD. Do you know what I mean by that? So it's like,
yes, I do exactly.
have an encounter or a text or call, and they always fluster. What do they want now? They always call me for something. They never ask me if I'm okay. What do they? And I'm dealing with my kid who doesn't sleep, and I'm like a milk machine, and I have postpartum issues, and I'm just like, what do they fucking want? I'm already a fucking zombie, and they don't even come for me to help me, but I need to help them. Like, how is that not healthy? That's very not healthy, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then the moment I stopped answering, my dad kept calling me for the whole day. I said, I'm not gonna do it. No, no. I blocked him. Nope. I'm done. I'm freaking done. I don't need to explain myself. And the reason being, and I'm going to say it, toxic. I know because they're not even asking. They're not even asking why I'm not speaking to them because they know.
I know.
That's the mind-boggling part. They're not saying, "Hey, Felicia, why are you not talking to me? Did I do something?" Or like, no,
Because that means they have to take responsibility for actions
it's
because
gotta be
they're
my
still hanging on to something
it's my
from the
fault.
past.
It's my
If,
fault I'm not talking to them.
but that's what I'm saying. These, it's funny. Not,
But anyway,
I,
so that's why I it that's why I'm saying it's not ideal to stop talking to family. It's not ideal at all because I get it. Family, I get it because they represent something or they were something that, but it's not the healthiest relationship. And I don't let, I'm not around people that judge me for it anymore. I'm just like, they don't live your life. They've never lived your life. So they don't know what it's like. So
Mhm.
I respect people who need to do that, who need to distance themselves or control the frequency, control the amount of time that they let them in. I get that because in the boomer generation or earlier, children were
Mhm.
shut up and they hide. They do what you say they don't do. The parents are just more strict without explanation. And so those children become our parents. And those patterns continue on. And they think it's going to work with us. And we're the ones questioning things. And we're seen as black sheep or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm going to stop this generational trauma. This is really what it is. Y'all don't know how to communicate because you had strict parents that didn't make you have fun or
Teach you how to
they
communicate.
weren't there. Yeah. They had parents that weren't there. And I swore to myself, I wasn't going to be anything like him. I was going to have my own family. I'm going to stay married and have a partner that's we're going to get along and we're just going to, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Be for good reason, not because we believe in the same faith or not because whatever. No. My
Right.
mom, according to my aunt, her younger sister, she had other suitors that had money. There was a doctor coming after my mom. There was more. I don't know why.
Mhm.
My dad was poor and not the fact that he was poor, but he was a different person. He was a lot younger. He didn't have anything. So I'm like, and then he ended up, yeah, he's very greedy. He's a very greedy man. So then, according to my uncle, the one that I keep in touch with, he goes to my kids' birthdays. He said, when your mom died, he had a license plate that he put on his car and said something like, I'm rich after my mom died. And I'm like, I thought this was like more recent, but it was when I was small. I said, I don't remember him. He probably took it off because he got money from my mom's death. So Social Security or
Mhm.
whatever. And I'm like, it makes sense now. And I always knew he was that way. I just couldn't prove it to anybody. Now I don't need proof because now I know his brother knows his own brother. And
Mm.
my husband has seen the way my sister and my dad treats me. So I'm not crazy when I say this. Proof. So I have a lot of,
Oh, everything's solidified.
yeah, I'm not crazy. They're crazy. I've been
Mhm.
trying to heal myself, be a better person, communicate better. And
Yeah.
because I have certain communication patterns, I've adopted those. And so I had to unlearn them as I got older.
Now you opened it up for a question though, because it's something that I've thought about. I heard on another guy who I like to listen to on TikTok. He came across the other day, and I heard him very briefly. And the question was, why do we make excuses for the family members who haven't done the work to become aware emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically? Keep making excuses for them to continue on this path. Why is it the person that's healed who is the problem all the time?
And I,
How is it that the person that's put in the time and the effort and has done reflection and has attempted to extend the olive branch is still the person who is the problem? But if you remove the problem, then it's because they think, and whatever it is that comes up next.
like I said earlier, people do not want to hear the truth. And that is the problem. They don't want to face themselves. My dad has a very low self-esteem, very low self-esteem. And I've seen it time and time again. And he only shows it to me. But when he's in public, he's a totally different person. He wants to be seen as something else. He, I had a stepmom at the time, and he was giving her family money, which in the Philippines, it translates to a lot more money because of the conversion. I found out her mom thought my dad was a millionaire. And I'm like, what? I just found this out on Kyron's first birthday. Just
Oh
last.
wow.
And I'm like, are you for real? He's only made 50K, but yet I knew I knew he used probably my mom's money that he was keeping for us and then eventually gave it to us. But it's just, I'm sure he used it because, yeah. And I think he either refinanced the house twice because we were there for 25 years. So I'm like, okay, he wants people to see him as differently, but yet that's not him internally. Because success starts in the home and he didn't do that. He favors certain people that are like my extended family. And so he just does things to keep his welcome in his girlfriend's home because that's where he lives. So he'll repair her home. Like, for example, I need help with childcare. And I said, Dad, can you come over? And he's retired at this time already. And he said, oh, no, I can't because I'm working on Liz's kitchen.
Okay.
But he's retired. Right. So it was like, I had to beg my dad. I was like,
Can you just hire somebody to do that, or can't you just wait a day?
I'm just like,
Okay. Could it just wait a day?
I'm just like, I don't need to ask for help. And I'm asking for help.
No.
And I cried a lot during my first year of being a mom. Because I'm like, this is so fucked up, right? It's fucked up. And my sister was in Vegas, so she doesn't even come and help me for a week or anything to spend time. It always has to be on her terms. And she's the same. She's the same animal like my dad. Same same skin. But I have my own family. I don't think about them. The only time I think about them is like when I'm doing this workbook or when I have to really reflect on things, then I have to go back in that time in my mind. And it's becoming blurry and blurrier because I don't see the point of holding on to those, but I'll still remember moments here and there. But
Is it because you're doing the healing journey and you have to go down the 7 layers there, get into the root cause to resolve?
I don't know if I've done the work before, but I think I did. I know it has a lot to do with my dad because he's the only caregiver I know, right? The main caregiver. So my grandmother left when I was 12 and she died in the Philippines. So she would have been my first. And I didn't have a relationship with my other grandmother, my mom's mom, because social status or whatever you want to call it. And I did have an aunt, but she's toxic too in her own way. That's a different episode.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yep.
yeah, I think I know because when I started dating my husband, I always make excuses how my dad used, you know what I mean? I always use my dad as an excuse as a reason why I can't communicate well.
Okay.
That used to be true. And now I realize like I've known that I could change, but see, the thing is when someone wants you to change and you know you can change, but for whatever reason, it's very slow to change for you because you don't know. I didn't know the tools. I didn't know how to change. Like, how do I change?
What does change even look like? Right. Where do I start to change?
So that was my thing. Is okay. You're gonna tell me I need to change, but how? So then that's why I think the life coaching program that I took it opened my eyes to like how I can be. And then I did this group healing thing for 2 months or whatever, but it was okay. It was only 3 of us and the coach, and it was just like, it was okay, but that helped a little. I did go to therapy when I was 30 for 6 months. And then I did do this self-care, self-awareness class. I think I attended 6 out of the 8 sessions. This was in person. It's pretty much taking the time and just enjoying your meal, not rushing, writing letters to your future self or writing letters to your old self and nailing it to yourself. But it was a married couple that they're both therapists. So it was like, I just don't like going back to the past and digging through things because it's just very uncomfortable. But I guess in some aspects it's necessary, but I wouldn't want to I feel like I've been to the past so many times and that I'm ready to like,
Have now reached the diamond status level from all of the things that I have researched to the root cause.
platinum level, diamond level.
That's right. BBS, baby. Clarity. Clarity.
Yeah.
Clarity for the future and what it holds.
Yeah.
I only have been focused on the future every day and what I really want, what I truly want. And I spent a lot of time over the weekend doing some self-reflection, some healing, some clarity work because I dug it up and I went down probably not all 7 layers, but I did. I did some root cause analysis research of myself. And I think that, no, I don't think, I stop saying that. But I know that's why I feel at harmony with the choices I've made and where I'm at right now today.
Yeah, me too. Like, we technically finished the program, or I'm not working. You're on your way to get work, but it's just like, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be working on my mindset. I know I'm done with the certification, right? But I'm not at that point yet where I have 4 hours for myself or like a certain amount of time. Because he's asleep now, right? But it's not always going to be exactly at like 11. It's not always going to be exact. And so I told myself, if I make something that's worth making and that's going to help people, then maybe
you're making something that's going to help people and it's going to help you grow in all directions.
And it's going to
all
help
things.
Get into sales too, because then I can hire a babysitter.
Yes. Yes.
So I think God is telling me something. Okay, Felicia, you need to make this. You're going to make money so that you can afford a babysitter 4 times a week.
Yes. I agree with that. I call that in. I'll receive that with you. I'll stand in the gap.
It's like they say downloads, right? Like a download.
Yes. Oh my God.
This time though, Grace, this time, even though I've had ideas before, they didn't really feel good to me in my body. But this time, I feel like I'm just helping a different version of myself, which are the women out there. And I even asked Claude to make me a 5-year strategy plan based on this. Yeah, so I have a plan. It's gonna be fun.
Yes. The future, me, I really am not that kind of work, not earning. I'm working towards everything that I've said that I wanted for a long time. And for a long time, I would doubt myself because I was afraid to fail or not succeed in the time that I thought was appropriate.
I felt the same too before, but I didn't have the community or like the mentorship at the time.
And not only did I not have the community or the mentorship, I didn't have our platform. And I feel like I'm working on that in the last couple of days has really made me feel like, oh, I really have found where I'm supposed to be. And just moving that forward is what we're working on. I can do our podcast and talk and no problem. And then I try to record a little video to apply for a job and I don't even have the words. Wait, what happened? But now I feel more at peace and harmony with everything. And I keep visualizing my future of what I actually want. And I just keep visualizing it and visualizing it. And it feels so tangible and like right there on the other side. And the same way you feel like, oh, I finally feel aligned to this with your workbook is how I felt like I woke up this morning. Okay, moving with purpose and intention, even if it's not exactly what I had planned, it's still purpose and intentional and it's moving my future forward.
Yeah. Got to tell ourselves that every day. And it is. It's what we do and don't do that define who we are.
The choices you make today will ripple into your future.
My stepmom used to say, what did she say? She said, life is what you make it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And the choices you make really do matter. The choices that you don't make matter too.
Yeah. Choose you and the best path for you is what I keep feeling in my heart. I need to choose myself, and I needed to choose the things that I said I was going to choose instead of sacrificing for someone else.
Yeah, no more sacrificing.
No, no self-sacrifice unless it's in the manner that it's going to give life to. It's going to pour into what I'm already building. That's the only way you sacrifice. This is if it's going on the path of one.
Mhm.
But the most correct way for me to say it is if I'm going to sacrifice it, it's because it's going to serve me in the long run.
It'll challenge you for the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll grow me. It'll expand me.
It'll expand you.
Heighten sense of awareness.
Yeah. And so the more conscious we are, the more clear the things that we see are more clearly or clear. And you notice things more than the other person. So you know when
Mhm.
someone's dragging you down.